to Nottinghamshire. So, another baking update. I am this morning. Get that bloody sun out of the way of the camera. Still in the camera. Bugger. There we go. That's better. Still in the camera. Yeah, stuff the camera then. Yeah, I was thinking, well, I've got 10 minutes before I actually start work. A little bit of a discussion. Has the world of beer changed forever? And I think you can only look at the last year to see a bit of a seismic change in what's going to go off. I think any beer company, especially in the UK, that doesn't offer some sort of online service or delivery service, if you're, a slightly bigger company, or some sort of shop that's open, is missing out on massive sales. If you look at those that adapted are doing well. Adapted straight away. It's about thinking outside the box. I mean, you've got Father's Day coming up, about 5 days before my birthday, of all things. Father's Day is coming up, 4 days. Father's Day is coming up, and for me, a little mix box of 4 or 6 beers for Father's Day with a glass, maybe a t-shirt, these things, it's not rocket science to do. In a little presentation thing, one of these 4-pack things where you put your cans or your bottles in, cans or bottles, even 3 glasses, 3 cans and a glass with a t-shirt folded neatly, chucked in the bloody top, 30 quid or 40 quid there, because obviously t-shirts are about 15 quid on the top. The glasses are £5 probably, so you can see why it would cost. But these breweries and around the country, let's be fair, there's some amazing beers being made at the moment. And any brewery who is not making the most of this delivery side of things, because COVID's not going away yet. And the people that are scared by COVID, there are a lot of people genuinely scared, worried for their lives. For them, it's critical. They still want the beer, but they might not want to put themselves into harm's way. Yeah, you can understand that. It's business models that we're lucky in Nottingham that we've got a business model called adventurebeer.co.uk, and if that business model was replicated around the UK, around the UK, this is just an East Midlands thing, mainly Nottinghamshire, to be fair. But if that was replicated around the UK, wow. Obviously, it's a bit harder in Scotland where there's hundreds of miles to drive. But certainly in this smaller shires, it's not that hard. And what that does, what's happened in Nottingham, is that, especially Nottingham at least, there were more breweries than you could ever imagine in the local vicinity. Blooming heck. This time, I'd say at the start of lockdown, I didn't know half these breweries existed in Nottingham. Now I do, obviously, and I review their beers and enjoy their beers. Can't say there's a bad brewery out of a lot of them, and that's a good thing. They're all making some decent beers, and they're all trying to push the envelope as well, which is a good thing. It's all about pushing the envelope with beers, bringing out, and that's another thing as well. Adding to your range of bottled beers. I know there's a cost element. Same with cans. I watched the good people at Bang the Elephant the other day. He had to sterilise his cans. He had to fill them up with the beer, put the lid on, next one, sterilise, put the beer in, lid on, next one. And I says to the lad, I says to him, bloody hell, no wonder the beer costs, no wonder stuff in cans does cost a bit more than you realise. And there's time and effort that goes in. So not only are you making the beer, the cost of the stuff to make the beer, obviously the ingredients and stuff, then you've got the physical cost of actually canning the bloody stuff, and then you've got the real kick in the arse, and it's the government with its duty. And they were telling me honestly that on like the big 12% beers that they do, the imperials, that they make little to nothing on them beers, but it's a statement. It's to get people to come along, and I understand that. You know, sometimes you have to throw a carrot. You make a beer that says, "Here I am, come and check my beers out," and you know, you can understand why they do what they do. And doing this, bringing out new beers, it's like we're kids in the sweet shop, all of us. When kids go into a sweet shop, they look for new toffees to buy. Yeah, where's a toffee? Yeah, I love these new toffees. Well, beer drinkers are the same. We go to a pub, what's new? And I'm as guilty of that as anyone. And the lucky thing is, again, in the local area, I can only talk about Nottinghamshire and East Derbyshire, Leicestershire, Lincolnshire, because that's where I live. Nottinghamshire predominantly, obviously. But the amount of new beers coming out at a massive rate is amazing. It just shows you that the industry is doing its best to stay relevant. Staying relevant. It's like changing your websites and changing your YouTube channel to stay relevant and to move along with the times. You don't move along with the times, you lose yourself in the times. So doing that, going out that way, doing something slightly different, it's all good. It makes things relevant. So has the world beer will change forever? Yes, very much so. Just like Deliveroo with the food world, the beer world has changed and will change. You know, a lot of people now find it a lot easier than going into town, going to shops to buy beer, when they can just order online. The beer's coming to them. Yeah, they'll pay a few quid for delivery. Yeah, the beer's not going to be as cheap as if you actually go to the shops and get it. 9 times out of 10, the company in question, the brewery, are making a bit off you. They're making a bit of money, staying alive. You know, like the Bee Gees said. Or I don't know if it was them or not. You know, I'm old, but I'm not that fucking old. Pardon my French. So today, we've got a cut hedge. There's a privet hedge in the background over there. Let me show you the state of this hedge. Out the window. Yeah, you can just about see it. It's a mixture of yellow and green privet. It's about, now, I can't see myself in here. I've gone. There we go. The edge is, I'd say about 10 or 11 foot high, 13 foot across the frigging top. The next edge is 13 foot across the top. I mean, really. Absolute swine to do. I hate cutting it, but with any edge, don't let them get too long, because the longer you get them, the more you cut a hedge, it gets more thick and bushes up. The more you leave it to grow, it grows holes in it and it doesn't look as good. So that's my job for today, in the flipping boiling heat. Could have chosen an easier job, but you've got to win, and I need to win. I need to knock that out of the way. Then I've got 3 or 4 weeks of no hedges. Yay! Great. Yeah. Plus in this sun as well, it'll dry it out a bit and it'll stop it from being a pain. Right, got to go. Back to work. Hope everyone enjoys their day. I think I might do this on a regular basis, because most of the time I come to work, I'm at work for about 10 to 7:15. I'll choose different relevant topics. Now, there's lots of topics about these days. Lots of topics, lots of talking points in the world. Does it bother me if I prod a few things talking? No. Sometimes you need to prod. If you don't prod, then people get away with stuff, don't they, in this world that we live in. And too much of it goes off. Thanks, everyone. See you later. Cheers. Turn this off now before it dies. I'm supposed to be at work.